Hey there guys, today we're doing a review for another device, which is the SMOK XCUBE 160 watts temperature control device. I've received this device a couple of days back and I have been using it since then, and hence I'm doing this review for you guys to be able to know what this device is all about. So at the back side of the packaging we can see that the size, the weight. This is quite a heavy device, by the way. In the temp mode it fires from 0.06 all the way to 3 ohms, which is good. Material is zinc alloy and stainless steel. Output is 60 watts or 6 watts to 160 watts. Device goes from 0.35 all the way to 8 volts. And in wattage mode it goes from 0.1 to 3.0. A bit of more features there. Bluetooth 4, 160 watts temperature control, and you've got the LED down there. You have the scratch code for the authenticity, QRs for the application, either from App Store or Google Play. Now if we open up the packaging, I must say that the packaging is very nice. Again, you get the same authenticity and nothing in there. Slide this one open, and then first is the star of the show, which is the XCUBE 2. You can see the marking. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there you go. 160 watts. If we take this out, set it aside. Removing this, you get some goodies. A nice leather kind of feel case. You get the certificate of authenticity along with the barcodes again, the USB charging cable, some silicone for the moisture, and I believe in there will be the user guide. Quite informative. Tells you how to get the batteries in, how to operate it with or without the Bluetooth, and so let's get all of this out of the way. And back onto the device itself. As you can see, it's got the same as the M80, which is the trigger button all the way over here. Here you get your batteries. Of course, I've been using this device, so those are my batteries. And some venting holes along with the USB port. This USB port is not for charging, it's just for firmware updates, which also you can do via the Bluetooth. Now on top you get a spring-loaded 510. You get the screen, 2 buttons and 2 screws. Must say that the finish and the weight of the device, I like heavy devices, so the weight of the device is very good. And to turn on the device, it's a standard 5 clicks. Turns, tells you the version and welcome, and then you're back into the wattage mode. Now as you can see here, that's the wattage mode, and it tells you that it's running in a wattage mode. So you see the W, battery level, normal, number of puffs, resistance and voltage going through. To go into the menu, it's a quick 3 clicks. Now here is where you turn on the Bluetooth. Second is the mode that you're on in, the LED, the puffs, the settings, and the power of the device. Now, to go into a sub-menu, you just either wait 5 seconds or you keep on pressing the fire button. And here is to turn on, turn off your Bluetooth, and that's to connect it to your smartphone to control the settings and all that. You go into the mode. So you've got wattage mode, you've got temperature mode, and you've got memory mode. The wattage mode is simply the wattage up and down, which we're used to in every and all devices. Sorry. And then temperature mode is temperature control. Memory mode is similar to what the IPv does, where it stores a couple of memory, actually 10 banks for the memory wattage. The second question would be here. Let's turn it back into wattage mode. It's hard, soft, or normal. Which basically hard is it overshoots the selected wattages in order to get the coil all heated up. Normal mode is just quite goes to what you set. Soft mode is below the wattages and then goes up again. Similar to what the M class does, the SX Mini M class. Again, you go into the LED control now. Here is the ARGB, so it basically selects one color and lights it up. Here is jumping between the color, and here's shading. Shading is what I quite like. As you can see, it starts shading. Now, you can select the speed, either fast or slow, up to your liking. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now, this is the number of puffs, which is easy. Settings, the screen time, the contrast of the screen direction, so you can flip it otherwise, the time, and download mode if you want to upgrade, and it cycles back in again. So now I had it at 100%. Okay. Now you have the power, either shut it off or I don't know why they say power on, but anyway. So that is the device. Let me get, I've been using it on the Aspire Triton. Got a review coming up for that. As you can see now, it reads the resistance at 0.38 and it tells you the voltage when you're firing it. Also, I've got the LEDs on, which basically gives a little bit more color. Now, two things I don't like about that device is sometimes the fire button just gets stuck, and if you're holding it this way, you can see that the battery doors open a bit, and that's it. Rest than that, this device is very nice, feels very good in hand, and just works. Now let me take you through the software. Now I've got the software basically. Now you gotta turn on the Bluetooth first, and in order to do that, you either press those two buttons simultaneously, the plus and minus, and then you can now see that the Bluetooth has turned on. Let's start the application again. Now it's actually trying to find it. Initial password is as said 6 zeros 3 4 5 X confirm. Now you get this thing. If you fire it, it will tell you the same thing that's on here on the screen. That has been fired for 1 second under a voltage of 5.0, and your atomizer is at 0.39, power is at 65. If you go into the setting, you can see many settings in there. One of them, of course, is temperature mode, the variable voltage. If you want to go down to variable voltage, custom voltage mode, variable power, which is wattage mode, custom power mode, and this is where you create a profile, and probably like a power mode. Now, if you want to first, when you fire for 5 seconds, you want it to be at 70 watts, 7.5 watts, and then the next 8 seconds would be at 25 watts, and you keep on going like that. So you basically set how many watts for how long, if you want to have that kind of control over the device. In mechanical mode, I don't know, it doesn't activate, but I think that's a firmware thing. Here you can select normal, hard or soft. Let's say, for example, I will raise it up to 65, or let's say 64 is good. Once you say apply in here, you see that the device has changed to 64, which is what I set. I set it to 65, and there you go. Here it tells you a history of how many puffs you had. I didn't find that to work quite well, but it's there in the software. This is whatever's been recorded today, and that's just at the last session. Yesterday, it keeps a record of what you've done. So I've been vaping on it at that time, how many watts. You kind of get a log of what happens. Now, this button is to control the LEDs. So when firing, the LEDs doesn't turn on. LEDs turn on. Last one is the vaporizer name. If you want to change the password, temperature unit, charging alert, so it would alert you when your charge is low. Time to close Bluetooth, so if the Bluetooth stays on for 10 minutes, after that it shuts down by itself. The LED time, if you just want to flash the LED for like a couple of seconds. Here you've got the same selection as the LED color. I normally choose, you can either choose solid color or let it scroll using that one. And then here, if you've got updates, you can basically receive the updates directly from the application itself. If you want to give it a nickname. So that's all about the software and the hardware. I would definitely recommend that device to anyone. It's a solid device, apart from that wobble, which doesn't bother me a lot if I'm basically holding it like that. It really doesn't bother me at all, to be honest, but I had to mention it just for the sake of the review. And that's it. How she vapes. Pretty well, I'd say. Thank you guys for watching, and let's see you at the next review.